Hikers all over our area are reacting with sadness and concern tonight. 10 News reporter Tommy Lopez continues our coverage from Roanoke County, where he spoke to hikers who knew the man accused of this attack. Tommy?
It's a somber mood tonight here among hikers in Roanoke County after that attack Saturday. But we talked to many experienced hikers here on the trails near McAfee Knob who say that despite that, they feel like everyone here is still safe. Lots of hikers were back on the trails today.
50-some years. I started hiking these trails when I was about 13. That's more time than we like to think about.
And you've always felt safe?
Generally speaking, I feel safer here than walking the dog or going to the mall.
This community is well connected. They know what's going on. They post online, and some have nicknames, like this German woman who's called Ding Dong. She's one of many who heard about the attacker before Saturday.
People were like talking about him just to watch out, like women get harassed.
And this man from Wisconsin who goes by Ice Pack. A few weeks ago, he actually passed by the attacker on a trail.
The safest thing to do would be to hike with a friend if you have one, but if you don't, try to avoid hiking at night. I make that decision every once in a while to hike at night, and now knowing what happened, maybe I'll kind of think twice about it going forward.
They say that even with what they had heard about that accused attacker beforehand, they still can't imagine exactly what happened, how it could have happened on Saturday. No hikers that we talked to said that they would be carrying any weapons as a result of the incidents. Live in Roanoke County, I'm Tommy Lopez, 10 News, working for you.